We're going to look at a situation where a crew leader, foreperson, is going to work for some time with two people at a job, and then they're going to take one of those people and go to another job. So one person stays at one job and two people go to another job, and so their days kind of get split. And I think it's straightforward, but I'm just going to show you how that looks. So let's say that our sample crew of Yusuf, Eddie, and Nicole are going to start the day together at Paul Radin's, but then Eddie's going to stay and finish his day at Paul Radin's. So I guess this isn't that great of an example because Eddie's a crew leader. He can just clock himself in and out. But let's just say for whatever reason, he forgot his phone that day. So Yusuf's clocking everybody in. So he's going to stay at Paul Radin's for the day, and Yusuf and Nicole are going to go over to the Hartnets and work there for a few hours. And then they're going to come back to Paul Radin's, and they will all end the day there, and then they'll all go back to the shop. So let's see how that would look. So they're loading up for the day. It's all maintenance tools at both jobs. So we're just going to clock in at Paul Radin's. Let's see who. Okay, excellent. We have Eddie, Yusuf, and Nicole already on the resource list for Paul Radin's. So we can just clock in, and they should be there. There we are. Nothing special here. This is just maintenance working, clocking in. We're loading our maintenance tools up for the day. We're all driving to Paul Radin's house. We get to Paul Radin's, and all three crew members are working for some time at Paul Radin's. But then Yusuf and Nicole are going to head to the Hartnets and leave Eddie at Paul Radin's. So Yusuf and Nicole are clocking out of Paul Radin's, and Eddie is not. Eddie is continuing to work. And we're going to go then to the Hartnets. Let's look at our resource list. We've got Nicole and Yusuf. Very good. So if we needed to add somebody or delete somebody, we would do that here. But we're in good shape. So let's clock Nicole and Yusuf into working at the Hartnets. So Yusuf and Nicole hop in the truck. They leave Eddie at Radin's, and they head out to Hartnets. And they work there for some time, do the work, type in the job name. Because there are some clients that are just time and materials, and you can see it's time and material service. This means there's no estimate for the work. There's not necessarily a work order. So you'll either talk to George or Jen or Eric about the specific work they want you to do that day, or they'll type that in the work order notes, which are service detail here. If it's service type, right. So you could just look at the work order notes here. And then you can go into job notes and this is a sample here, just edit exactly what you did so we know what to build them. That's like a side topic, but yeah, time and material services requires some information from the crew about what it is you did and what materials, if any, you added. So say while they were at Hartnets, they actually ended up installing a couple yards of mulch. That's hardwood mulch, and let's say they did 5 yards. Okay, there it is. Okay, so Yusuf and Nicole put down their 5 yards of mulch, and they drove back to Paul Radin's house to meet up with Eddie to finish the work there. They get to Paul Radin's house. They are clocking out of Hartnet. Nicole and Yusuf are clocking out of Hartnet. And they are clocking back in. Eddie's already there. Clocking back in to Paul Radin. So they all do the maintenance work. And they all get in the trucks and they drive back to the shop and they unload Paul Radin's debris. There wasn't really any debris from Hartnett. They just put the mulch down and that was that. So most of the unloading is for Radin. Put the tools away, park the truck, and we are clocking everybody out. So was this service completed? Yeah, Paul Radin's got completed. Oops, for some reason it's like not. So Paul Radin is clocked out. Let's review, complete all of the services. Yep. And let's also complete the services at Hartnett. Yep, completed those services. And then we're back at the shop, and Eddie is going to do some he's going to water the nursery. Yusuf is going to fix a headlight on one of the trucks. And Nicole is going to gonna go buy some stuff for a job tomorrow. Clocking in those things. Eddie and Yusuf finish theirs up pretty quickly so they can get clocked out. Just want to confirm that they are out. Eddie and Yusuf clock out. Yep. And then Nicole takes a little bit longer. She's out buying stuff, comes back. She's ready to head home for the day. Sometimes you have to hit it more than once. I don't know why. Clock it out. And here's your summary for the day. It's a little bit more complicated than we're used to, but there you have it. Yeah, see, we have Paul Radin, Hartnett, Radin, mechanical repairs for Yusuf. And that looks about right? Yusuf started his day. He worked on Paul Radin's maintenance by loading the truck. Then they went to Paul Radin's and did the work. And then they separated and went to Hartnett's, and they came back to Radin, and then he worked on that mechanical repair. And Nicole's was the same as Yusuf's, right? And Eddie's was a little bit different. Eddie just worked at Radin all day. And then when he came back, he did some nursery maintenance. So that's it. And you whenever you clock out of that final task, complete those services, and you're done for the day.